talk about the passenger woes that continue with IndiGo Airlines, but there is some silver lining as there has been a CNN News 18 mega impact. Now, amid the passenger issues due to flight disruptions vis-a-vis IndiGo, high airfares as well that had been slapped by IndiGo Airlines. Now, the government has taken note of the price and they have, in fact, cracked down heavily on the high airfares. The Civil Aviation Ministry has imposed fare caps to stop opportunistic pricing by other airlines in view of the IndiGo issue and the fiasco. The airlines have been ordered to follow the new fare limits until the situation stabilizes and comes back to normal. Remember, all of this is a big CNN News 18 impact as we highlighted the passenger exploitation that is happening even in the face of one of the biggest issues that the Indian aviation industry is currently witnessing as far as commercial airlines is concerned, particularly IndiGo, which is the largest airline in the country. My colleague Payal Mehta has got us that detail. Payal?
Very important to understand that Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu, when he did speak to us a short while ago, he did also mention that every step is going to be taken to ensure that passengers' interest is protected first. That's the single agenda as far as the government is really concerned. They are not going to be considering what profits are or what loss some airline wants to make or has been making or whatever. But today this directive coming in from the ministry spells it very, very clearly that nobody should be able to exploit. The press release released by the government of India says nobody should be allowed to exploit the passengers at such times and at such vulnerable times when they've been stranded at airports for hours together in many cities across the entire country, and therefore passenger interests have to be kept first, and therefore a cap has been put as far as the airfare is concerned. What is also important to understand that IndiGo is not restoring its full-fledged fleet right now. They're not being able to file a full capacity in terms of the number of aircraft flying through the length and breadth of the country. They are flying it in a capacitated manner, and that's the reason till the full operations are on, the government of India is going to ensure that multiple airlines, fill in as far as the stopgap arrangements are really concerned, and therefore you saw SpiceJet coming in with 100 extra aircraft that they are flying in. Air India stepped in, Akasa has stepped in, but they have to make sure they do not exploit passengers. I asked Ram Mohan Naidu specifically that, for example, on Friday, if you had to fly from Delhi to Hyderabad, the fares were 50,000 to 65,000. That's probably the kind of money, Griha, that you will spend from going from Delhi to London. So that's something which cannot be really allowed, and passengers cannot be made to pay the price for somebody else's mistake. That is something which the government of India is very, very amply cleared right, and clarified with the airlines as well in the series of meetings that they've had with them.
Right, Payal. Thank you so much. There was, in fact, a human interest story that also someone was presenting, and one of the people in the close circles had to go for his grandmother's last rite, and as close as Patna from the national capital, and the ticket fare read in the face of this entire IndiGo scenario, 22,000 rupees. And that was the kind of exploitation that was seen, and now the Civil Aviation Ministry has capped on that. And remember, CNN News 18 told you about that first, that passenger woes are continuing and that don't end with the IndiGo crisis. They are now facing this massive hike in airfare prices offered by the other airlines. Costs are ranging from 35,000 to 55,000 rupees. Watch this report.